Hello, my happy readers! Welcome to Shed Time Stories with me, Issy. Are you ready to share a new story? Well, I have found a story that is going to have you in fits of giggles. The title is Noodles Noodles Everywhere. If you have this book at home, you can read along with me. The author, the person who has written this story, is Heidi Brooks. And the illustrator, the person who has drawn all the pictures, is Mark Nino Believer. Now, can you imagine Oodles of Noodles out of control in your house? Well, this is just what happens in this story. Shall we read and find out if the day can be saved? Noodles, noodles, everywhere. Noodles, noodles, in my hair. Noodles, noodles, on the floor. Noodles, noodles, on the door. Noodles, noodles, up above. Noodles, noodles, on the rug. Noodles, noodles, in my ears. Noodles, noodles, reappeared. They started out on my plate. That is when I learned my fate. They made their way to the floor, and then they moved more and more. From the table to the wall, from my fork to the hall. What is happening? My mother groaned. Where is dinner? My father moaned. My sister stared and rolled her eyes. My brother slipped and began to cry. So many noodles all over the room. My mother decided to grab a broom. I looked around and started to shout. My little dog began to pout. I tried to eat as fast as I could. The noodles were soft and very good. Oh dear, I said with a fright. I stuffed my mouth with all of my might. I felt a noodle in my nose. I saw my father grab the hose. He sprayed those noodles here and there. He sprayed the noodles on the chair. To save myself and my family dear, I paved a path and yelled, all clear. The house began to grow and grow. Then all of a sudden, they started to slow. They shrank in size and slid outside. I blinked my eyes, then opened wide. I watched the noodles leave my side. With one last move, I tried to dive. I closed my eyes and held on tight, while all those noodles went out of sight. Phew, I said and sighed out loud. I looked out the window and saw a crowd. They cried, hooray, you've done your job. One small child began to sob. The noodles are gone, I said to my mother. What will we eat? Asked my brother. Never fear, I shouted and stood. I held up my fist as hard as I could. From this day forward and forevermore, there will always be oodles of noodles galore. But in my bowl, the noodles will stay. My Oodles of Noodles will never stray. What a super fun story that was! I don't know about you, but I couldn't stop giggling. Can you imagine if your house was taken over by Oodles of Noodles? I have an idea. I think I'm going to have noodles for tea. I hope you've enjoyed this Shed Time story, and if you want to, you can like, share, follow, and subscribe to Shed Time Stories. Then you'll be ready for the next book we can share together. Bye-bye!